Welcome back. Now, we have some really interesting data to show you on the impact the interest rate rises are having on mortgage stress around the country this morning. Let's start in southeast Queensland. Toowoomba has more than 8,000 households in mortgage stress, with big issues also in Ipswich and surrounding suburbs. In Sydney, two of the major hotspots are in the southwest. Campbelltown has an incredible 75.6% of households suffering mortgage stress. In Melbourne, the hardest hit areas include Sydenham and Pakenham. And in Adelaide, it's slightly better, but only just.
So joining us now is Digital Finance Analytics Principal Martin North. Martin, this is worrying, isn't it? Because this is mortgage stress pre the rise yesterday and the rises to come.
Yeah, it is worrying because we've seen the growth in mortgage stress over the last few years, but it's never been higher. More than 1.5 million households across the country. That's nearly 43% of households are struggling in cash flow terms, so money in, money out. We survey them on a regular basis and we try to get a handle on what's really going on. Of course, it's not surprising. Mortgage rates are, of course, rising now. People have big mortgages, but then we have high inflation, lots of high costs of living. It's all come together. It's a perfect storm.
People are still spending, though, aren't they? And that's only adding to it, those supply shortages. When you say mortgage stress, can you define that a little bit for us?
Yeah, so what we try to do is to look at the money coming into a household each month, and then the money going out on, those things you have to spend money on, from groceries, petrol, etc., and of course the mortgage payment. And if there's more money going out than coming in, we classify them as in a cash flow stress situation, meaning that if you go on like that, eventually you're going to run out of money. So that's how we define it. So it's a cash flow measure.
So what do you see coming? Is it just going to be, completely shocking? Are there going to be thousands of people losing their homes?
Well, you're in stress, which means you have to prioritise your spending. What people are doing at the moment is prioritising the mortgage repayment, but giving up on other things. For example, giving up on dental treatment, or perhaps even not buying the kids clothes that they would normally. So, there's real pressure on households. They do prioritise their mortgage repayments, and the banks are working with a lot of people at the moment trying to make sure that they keep their homes. But if this goes on, then there is a risk that some people will end up losing their homes.
There's a lot of expert analysis around at the moment that says that people are absorbing all of this and they should be able to do so for some time. What time do you think that it hits the critical juncture?
Well, the problem is, if you talk in generalities, then yeah, sure, it may look averaging okay. But what you find is there's about a third of households that are really fine. They've got lots of financial buffers. They've been saving hard and there'll be no issues at all. But there's another group which really are struggling now, and there are a bunch in the middle. The trouble is the people in the middle are going to slide towards being under pressure as the interest rates rise. So, if interest rates go up another 1%, that's a 15% increase in the monthly repayment on the mortgage. So we're going to see more people really struggling. And of course, incomes have really not grown at all. The cost of living are very strong. Inflation is very strong. So it is really a perfect storm at the moment.
Yeah, well, we've got coming up in the show the kinds of things people can do right now to help themselves. And in the coming days, that's something we'll be focusing on. Martin, thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.